So far, we have only been playing one note at a time, which is called melody. Now, we're going to play two different notes together, which is called harmony. Using the notes we've already learned, let's play the C note on the second string first fret, along with the E note on the first string open. First, get your fingers in place. Using your first finger or index finger, you're playing the C note. Next, strum the second and first string together in a downward stroke. Just put your pick right above the second string and let her rip. How did you do? Could you hear both notes ringing out? If not, you might be muting the E note with the bottom part of your index finger. When you hold the C note on the second string first fret, you have to make sure that your fingers are clear of the first string. You might have to roll your wrist forward so your index finger stands straight up on top of the C note, touching only the second string. This position might sting a little at first, but you will get used to it. The more you play, the stronger the tips of your fingers become, so keep playing. And I'd like to point out that I've taught children as young as 4 years old through adults up to 86 years of age. If they can do this, you can too. Our next partial chord is the G chord. If you had trouble with the C, the G chord will be a lot easier. We are going to play the B note on the second string open, along with the G note on the first string by placing our third finger on the third fret. Make sure your third finger is only touching the G note on the first string, then strum both strings together. Put your pick right above the second string and strum down, hitting both strings. Now we're going to take our song on strings 1 and 2 and put our chords at the end of each part. Here's part 1 with our C chord. The first two measures are the same. Playing half notes, we are walking down to the C chord from the notes G to F to E on the first string, followed by D on the second string. While playing the D note, get your index finger in place to play our C chord with whole notes for the last two measures. And here's part 2 with our G chord. The first two measures use half notes to play G, F, E, and back to F, all on the first string. Then we strum our partial G chord for the last two measures. Now let's put it together, starting on part 1, then part 2, and end on part 1, starting out slowly at 50 beats per minute, then again at 100 BPM.